Welcome back to the Cloth Diaper Podcast. Today I am quickly refilming a video that I thought I filmed yesterday, but turns out I didn't. Or at least it didn't upload, and then I reformatted the card and it's gone. Starting this month, I'm going to be doing a fun new series all through February and maybe for the rest of the year because there's a lot of great textile related content out there. So we're going to start doing Textile Tuesdays, which is going to be an opportunity to talk about textile industry and how that impacts cloth diapering, because cloth diapering is a textile, right? This conversation, there are going to be moments where you're going to feel like a piece of crap. I know that because I spent the entire month of January researching textiles and I feel like a terrible, crappy human being right now. The more I learn about the textile industry, the more I learn about natural fibers, the more I learn about synthetic fibers, the more I become disgusted with myself. And it's okay to sit in that feeling of guilt, of environmental shame. It's okay to acknowledge that because that's what makes us human. If you feel those feelings, don't push them away. Allow them to kind of ruminate and think about, well, what can I do different next time? Because these conversations over the next couple of weeks are going to talk about microfiber, we're going to talk about hemp, we're going to talk about cotton, we're going to talk about bamboo, and we're going to talk about all the other textiles that you guys want to talk about. So this is going to be a hard topic to talk about. It will be, but I think it's an important topic to talk about because I think as consumers we need to be conscious about where our products come from. And it's not just diapers, it really applies for all things. And a lot of times, I know in my own life, I have been really ignorant or blind to or ignore the environmental consequences of something that I love or something that I do or something that I use. And that doesn't really help things, but it's okay to acknowledge that we all do that. It's okay. We try better next time. I think through learning about the environmental impacts of cloth diapers is that we can encourage brands to make shifts towards better products. A lot of what I'm going to share, you guys probably don't know. I didn't know. We often look at the end user impact of disposable diapers and cloth diapers, but we don't know about the beginning of their life. And the beginning of their life is probably more environmentally impactful than the end of their life. And like everything in life, there's choices and there's ways that we can do things to make better choices next time. For me, this conversation is really important because I started cloth diapering because of the environmental impacts, because I thought that cloth diapering was a way that we could save the world. But as I learn more, cloth diapering is a way that we are also destroying the world. And there are a lot of regrets that I have, a lot of things I wish I had done differently that could change how my impact could have been on the world. And a lot of this has to do really with my new job here at Nuggles. When I started, Cheryl wanted me to write a piece. It hasn't been published yet, in response to CBC's The Dirty Truth or some post about disposable diapers, comparing disposable diapers to cloth diapers. And what she wanted to really make sure that everybody knew was that cloth diapers have a dirty secret too. Cloth diapers aren't perfect, and there's a lot of ways that brands like Nuggles and other brands go out of their way to ensure that their product has a smaller environmental footprint. So she kind of put this little fire inside of me to learn about it. I've learned a ton from her. I can't wait to share that article and more information from her in the weeks to come. She is just crazy passionate about the textile industry and about the environment, and that's amazing. And we need more people like that because some of us cloth diaper for the environment. And if you're cloth diapering for the environment, then you need to know about not just the end life of your product, but the start life. And don't get me wrong, disposable diapers also have a really dirty beginning. We just don't know about it. Disposable diaper companies don't really share about their manufacturing process, and maybe in the years to come or in the months to come I can try to look into and understand the pulp and paper industry. I think pulp and paper is one of the biggest impacts to disposable diapering, and I do live in a town that does pulp and paper. That's why it stinks frequently here in Prince George. That can be another conversation that we have on Textile Tuesday, is about how pulp and paper industry impacts the environment. We can talk about how the production of adhesives impact the environment. If there's something that you know, and maybe you want to join me on the podcast for a little chat, also let me know. Like, this is going to be a series about self-discovery. This is going to be a series about learning. And I guarantee you that the Bailey that is sitting in front of this camera today is going to be an entirely different Bailey in a month, in 2 months, in a year. And that through this year, I am going to grow as a person, you're going to grow as a person, and we don't all have to agree on everything. I'm working really hard to try to present with you just the facts without the side of opinion and help you learn. I don't want you to take anything that I'm saying as a way that cloth diapering is bad, because at the end of the day, I think that cloth diapering is still really beneficial. I just think that as consumers, we need to be conscious of our behaviors and our actions and make better choices next time. And I don't want you to throw out your cloth diaper stash because you're feeling guilty. That doesn't do any good. It's already been made. I want you instead to share with a friend next time what you could do differently. I want you, if you are standing in a Walmart aisle and debating between a synthetic textile and a cotton textile, that you choose maybe the cotton, or maybe you choose the synthetic, because after our conversation with cotton, you still feel synthetic wins. And so this is going to be a very personal journey. This is going to be something that is going to be you're responsible for making the important decision. I'm going to have my preferences about what textiles I prefer and would encourage people to use. But I hope that you take this information and you make a choice that works best for you, for your family, for your house, for your community, and for the earth that we all share together. This is going to be a hard series, and it is. I already am really struggling with it. If you follow me on Instagram, you know a little bit of a sneak peek of some of the topics that we might be talking about, like carbon disulfate, which is used in the manufacturing of bamboo and makes people impotent. It is also used in the manufacturing of rubber and made people crazy and commit suicide. So there's a lot of really scary parts to this conversation. A lot of things are still working in progress. Some things have changed. Like, I learned just this past week in 2016, China did a major overhaul of its environmental policies, and a lot of things have really shifted in China, but things haven't shifted elsewhere. Things in India and other parts of Asia are still really mucky and murky, and there's not a lot of environmental policies in place. So things have changed and things have not changed, and I'm going to try to cite and source as much as possible over on my blog, Cloth Diaper Podcast. I don't have a blog post for this episode today yet, but maybe if you're watching this in a couple months, it will be there. This is just a free ramble. Sometimes I draft out my posts and sometimes I don't. If there's a textile topic you want to talk about again, don't forget to drop it in the comments. Subscribe to this channel if you're looking forward to Textile Tuesdays. And if you know something and you want to share it, or you want me to share it, or share it. This is about learning. I'm going to sometimes say stupid things. Sometimes I'm going to have outdated information. And I really encourage you to bring to the table new information. Just be nice about it. Just say, hey, this is my experience, or I discovered this article. Maybe we should talk about it, because I would love to talk about it. This is all new to me. And yeah. Thanks for joining me. I'm going back to my coffee and my breakfast. I just sat down to go edit the video that I had done yesterday, and it looks like that warning message that I had on the screen, it was true. Alright, I'm not perfect. I'm not. And sometimes I think you're going to see me say one thing and then do something else. That's because I'm human. And I'm really, really going to try this year to... Textile Tuesdays is not about becoming a perfect human. It's about sharing, learning, growing, and slowly making changes in our lifestyle that could benefit the earth. And maybe you don't care about these changes. And if so, you don't have to watch these videos.